Happy Monday! Today is May the 4th, and we will be continuing our learning on change makers in America. Who in America has inspired and led to change? If you think back to our previous learning, we've talked about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Rosa Parks, Pedro and Ramon Martinez, Ruby Bridges, and Lou Gehrig. And today we're going to be continuing our learning by reading the story Let the Children March by Monica Clark Robinson. Before we read this story, I'm going to tell you about some of our vocabulary words that you'll hear while reading. The first one is segregation. This is a word that we've heard in several books in this unit. Segregation is the practice or policy of separating a race, class, or group from the rest of society. The next word is the word protest. A protest is when a lot of people come together to show others that they strongly like or are against an idea or event. And in this story, you'll hear the word protesters. Protesters are people who participate in a protest. The last vocabulary word is the word disperse. The word disperse means to spread out or separate. So now it's time for you to listen to the read aloud for the story, Let the Children March. If you scroll down in this video, you can click the link to find the read aloud for this story. While you're reading, I want you to think about a few questions that you can answer at the end of the story. You can find the questions listed in the comments here, or you can listen to me read the questions. Number 1, why did the children decide to become Dr. King's army? Number 2, think about the children as they continued to march. The little girl in the story said, "Courage walked by my side and kept me going." Why did the children need courage as they marched? Number 3, why did the children continue to march even after the jails were filling up with children? Number 4, what changes did the children see at the end of the story? Did the marching make a difference? These questions will make for a great discussion between you and a family member, or tomorrow when we're in our Zoom meeting. You can also answer these questions by writing them in complete sentences. So now it's time for us to talk about the task that you will do tomorrow on Tuesday. I'd like for you to listen to the read aloud again. And this time while you're listening, I want you to think about the story of Ruby Bridges. What similarities can you find between the children in Let the Children March and Ruby Bridges in the story of Ruby Bridges? How are their stories alike? How are their stories different? You will make a Venn diagram to compare and contrast Ruby Bridges and the children in Let the Children March. How did they both inspire and lead to change in America? How are their stories different? I want you to write 2 to 3 sentences in each section of your Venn diagram. A few sentences about Ruby Bridges, a few sentences about the children and Let the Children March, how their stories are unique, and then in the middle, how are they similar? Write a few sentences to show how their stories are similar in the ways that they both led to change.